All my shit dope. All my shit dope. Cause it's one.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bo, and today I would like to talk about the modifications I have done to my 2018 Lexus LC500. It's a great car, but there's not a lot of mod options out there. Let's get into it. Let's get started. I'll show you what I've had done. The first things I've had done were blacking out some things, the chrome pieces, put some black tint over the reflectors. I wasn't really a fan of how the chrome pieces were looking. It didn't give the vibe that I wanted it to have. So as soon as you black out some of the little loud trim pieces that originally came on the car, I think it helped make it a little more sleek. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Blacked out these guys. Blacked out this chrome grille trim we had there. Luckily, the mirrors already were black. There was this little strip of chrome in the middle. Blacked that out. The katana swords up top. Blacked these guys out with the matte black. Maybe I should have went with gloss to match that a little better, but that's okay. I think it looks pretty sleek. Blacked out the chrome pieces that were up here. Now I could have went around and blacked out all these pieces as well, but I kind of like the multi-color theme that I have going. Grays, blacks, carbon fiber. Looks real good with the white, I'd say. Blacked out the LC500 logo I had here. Starting to fade a little bit. I might have to have that redone. For the second mod, I had the cold air intakes installed. Not quite as cheap as some of the cold air intakes I've bought in the past, because it's a dual cold air intake. There's two of them. But let me show you what those are looking like. Can't see them too well. I'll put up a picture so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. These are from Boost Logic. They're down in Texas. Check them out. They do a lot of stuff for GTRs and whatnot, but titanium exhausts, cold air intakes for this car. They should have some more stuff in the works for the LC500 coming soon. Hopefully we hear more about that shortly. Hoping that the supercharger kit comes out from them. That's going to be really cool. From the same company actually that did the trim pieces, I had a full clear bra put over the entire car. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you look closely, it's a clear wrap. Now when I was in the place, they asked me if I wanted the seamless design or if I wanted it over the outside of each panel, kind of just like a puzzle. And I wasn't really sure how to answer that. I wish I had done more research on it, because I would have did the seamless design, which they wrap around every panel all the way to the inside, so you don't have this line showing. But all in all, I'm very happy with their work and how it came out, especially based on some of the previous places I've had clear wraps installed, and the work was just not nearly at the level of quality that I wanted it at. It has already saved me quite a few times, I'm not gonna lie to you. I always park at the very back of parking lots so that people can't hit your car with door dings or have a cart bash into your car, anything like that. I always park as far as I can, the back space of anywhere. You know, it doesn't hurt to get a little bit of exercise anyway. But one time I came out to my car, didn't even realize it actually. I realized it once I got home. But it looks like a cart had just completely bashed the whole front of my car, and I couldn't tell. It just looked all red and scraped up. I was super bummed. Got down on my hands and knees, put a little bit of elbow grease into it, a little scrub action, wiped right off. From that moment on, I realized that clear bra is probably the first important mod I would do to any car, especially if you want to keep your paint looking good, if you really care about that outer finish, keep it looking nice. It was a little pricey. I did go with the a Nano Fusion PPF. There's a paint protective film, and what the Nano Fusion is it's self-healing. Has self-healing technology, so that if somebody scrapes your car, scratches it, say you drove by too close to some branches or something and they left some scratches on there, basically as soon as it gets hot, it just heals itself. Like I said, self-healing. If you want to speed up the self-healing process, I heard you can dump a bucket of hot water on there. That should help speed up the healing process pretty quick. The next thing I did to it was spent a lot of time searching online, looking for different companies that made aftermarket parts for my vehicle, which there's not very many of them out there. Could be because the car's so new, I'm not exactly sure, but in the aftermarket community, there's not a whole lot of options for modifications for this vehicle, which in all actuality I'm pretty satisfied with, because I don't like to have the same stuff that everybody else has. For the fact that I was able to get something in the Japanese market and something that I don't see 5-10 times a day makes me very happy. One of the first things I ordered after I had my first couple initial mods in place, after browsing the web, picking out a set of wheels. And let me tell you, picking out a set of wheels for your car is not easy. There are endless options, so many good companies that make beautiful wheels for cars, so many designs. When it really comes down to it though, a lot of companies use the exact same designs, just slap their name on it. I wanted to go with a company that stood out to me a little bit, and after doing a bunch of research, the company I settled on was Strasse Wheels out of Florida, and they offer some carbon fiber options. Usually people either get the outer lips done in carbon fiber or they get the centers done in carbon fiber. I really wanted to go with a full carbon fiber theme on this vehicle, and the full set, outers and centers, were a little more in my vision. By the time 10 weeks was up, I contacted the company and I found out I was misquoted. Had a couple hiccups. Ended up taking 9 months for the wheels to show up. During those 9 months, I ordered a couple other things. Figured we had some time to waste, so might as well get some other mods on the way. During that time, I decided to order the full carbon fiber aero kit from Tom's Racing. That order was fulfilled by Apex Integration. They have a place in here in California. I'm in Huntington Beach, by the way, but I think Costa Mesa or somewhere right around here, they have a distribution center. The Tom's Racing carbon fiber kit includes these little side pieces here, the rear diffuser, integrated reverse light right there in the middle, I feel they tie together with the carbon fiber finish on the wheels very nicely. So by the time the wheels were done, 9 months later, I had a whole plethora of parts that I had collected over that year, basically. The next thing that I got headed my way was the headers and the exhaust. Headers and exhaust, I wanted something really loud, something that really stood out to me. And I wanted a titanium set, which was not easy to find. Searched the web, browsed it constantly, trying to find a company that was making a titanium exhaust system for this car. Couldn't seem to find one. After searching Instagram, I came across a gentleman's profile that had a very beautiful LC500 with a custom wide body kit, one of one. His name was Shannon, and he has a shop in Florida also. He actually ended up, surprisingly enough, being best friends with the guy that I ordered the wheels from. The owner of the company Strasse, his name is Chris, one of them. And I begged Shannon to make me another titanium exhaust kit. He said he didn't have the time and it was a lot of work and I wouldn't be able to afford it. After talking with Shannon quite a bit, had a little bit of a relationship built up, one day he got back to me and said he would be willing to sell me his one-off titanium exhaust kit, headers included. Without hesitation, got the bread headed his way and got the exhaust system and headers headed my way. Unfortunately, they sat in my living room for quite some time before I was able to get them installed. But when the time came, I am extremely satisfied with how it sounds. It's very loud, very beastly, and it rumbles the entire block. Man. Basically, it sat near stock for a year before I had anything done to it. Now, here we are. Got all the mods put on. Also forgot to mention, because I had such good experience with the gentleman from Apex Integration, his name is Masaki, I decided to order more things through him. I was really satisfied with the quality of the Tom's carbon fiber aero kit, so I decided to go with more Tom's parts, which were racing coilovers. I originally planned on going with an air suspension. After doing quite a bit of research, realized air suspension can be, a win or lose kind of thing, and it doesn't always turn out good. You need to really have a good shop to install your stuff. I was in Vegas at the time. There's not really any good modification shops out there, and yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons I sat on the parts for so long, just collecting dust, just because I didn't trust any of the shops around me to get everything installed. Fast forward a year, here in Huntington Beach, there's a bunch of really good shops in the area. I had Boden Autohaus get everything installed for me. They did the wheels and tires, carbon fiber aero kit, Tom's racing coilovers, got the headers, got the exhaust put on there, and the headers and exhaust weren't completed yet. I had to have some fabrication work done. They welded in some flaps for me, so I have the option to open the flap, make it super loud, rumbles the block. I can shut two valves and make it slightly quieter, and I mean slightly. The thing is still super loud. Even with the valves closed, there's no cats on it, and it's extremely loud. Yeah, so very happy with the overall outcome. In the next video, I'm gonna go over what I love and maybe a couple things I dislike about the LC500. Overall, it's a fantastic car and I absolutely love it. It gets a ton of attention, especially after the modifications got done. As far as the next modifications go, I'm hoping to get the supercharger put on there from Boost Logic. Everything got put on hold when the new Supra came out. If you guys were at the SEMA show, you would know there is a plethora of Supras and companies building Supra parts at the moment. So a lot of the companies that were planning on releasing mods for the LC kind of got put on the back burner for a while, but fast forward till now, a lot more stuff is coming out for the car, and we should be able to get the ball rolling. One more thing I wanted to show you guys is the tips. Boden Autohaus had to source these tips for me, as my exhaust system came with just titanium tips, but I wanted something a little more within my vision, and the more carbon fiber the better. So got these tips finished with carbon fiber. I think it looks absolutely incredible. I'm gonna do one more walk around of the car, show you guys what she's looking like. Man, the ass on that girl, that's a big one. Something I can really stand behind, if you know what I'm saying. Absolutely love this car. Striking from all angles. It got a little bit of attention before the mods, but the wheels, the coilovers, the carbon fiber body kit, blacking out all the chrome features, definitely makes it stand out quite a bit. Like this video, subscribe. I'm really happy I got to go over this stuff with you guys today. Tune in next time. Thanks so much.